Right, morning one and all. Quite a few years back now, I went to Normandy. I went over to France, went to Normandy, and we did, myself and my wife, did the D-Day beaches, did the whole lot, all the way through, and it was fantastic. Really had a great time. And to see the history and to know what happened there, an awful lot of things like bunkers still about, gun emplacements, that sort of thing. And a lot of the buildings, when you walk around places like Dunkirk or what's the other place I'm thinking of, Caen, you can see a lot of shrapnel damage on the buildings still, where bullets have hit the buildings and things like that. And yes, it brings it all into perspective how this all went on. If you go along the invasion beaches, there are parts of the old Mulberry Harbour still out there in the sea, you can still see. Lots of museums. What a fantastic place to go. Now, I love it. I love anything to do with the Second World War. When I was born, the Second World War had finished, obviously long before I was born. But my father grew up during the Second World War as a child in London. He wasn't evacuated like somewhere, he actually stayed there. Come on guys, let's go. And he, as a child, you can imagine it must have been pretty magical as a child having that happen while you're a child. Come on, Snoopy, come on. Right, we're going to turn here, we're going to go right. Come to an intersection, this is where two of the main runways cross. Again, it's only single track. So that's part of the, above my head is where the runway goes that way. If I spin around 180 degrees, and that's the other way. That's all that's left of it. Right, we've come off the main runway now. There we go. Yes, so yes, we went to Normandy. We did all these beaches and all these gun emplacements and pillboxes. I loved it. I even took a torch with me because I knew there'd be lots of things to explore, and it was great. Now, my wife at the time, my ex-wife now, she wasn't impressed. No, she wasn't interested at all. And she's more into things like castles and stately homes. So in the UK here, she was doing all this. She's done the places like Buckingham Palace, Balmoral. She's been all over looking at the royal residencies. Yeah, she's been everywhere. She's done the lot. And she said to me while we were in Normandy, I said, "Oh, you're going to come and have a look at this pillbox?" "No," she said, "once you've seen one, you've seen them all." And so when we came back to the UK, we went out on a day trip. I think it was up in Norfolk, and we found this castle. So we went to have a look at this castle, and my wife started to have a look round. She said, "Oh, you're going to come and have a look?" I said, "No." I said, "Once you've seen one castle, you've seen them all." It just sort of getting my own back. But it was interesting. I do like things like old castles. But I was more into my Second World War history than I was old castles. Hang on guys, your leads are twisted. Okay, all done. So yes, a little bit of payback there. But yeah, I do love my history. I do a lot of museums. I've done most of the museums locally. There are a few further away that I do, but it's the getting to there and back in a day. Obviously, because I've got the dogs, I can't take the dogs to a museum. I have to leave them at home. And so I tend to keep, if I do my museums, I try and keep fairly close to where I live. So I can walk my boys in the morning, then tuck them up, and then when I get home, you know, it's only probably half a day I've been away total, and they're fine, they're really good. But yes, I do love my museums. I'm still harping on about going out to Brancaster. I'm going to do that in November. I've decided I'm going to do that. I'm not going to book anything up for November. There's a plane flying over, just going to Stansted again. It's very murky up there, I can just see it. Keeps disappearing into the clouds. Come on, Snoop. So yes, I'm definitely going to do my trips out in November. I know the weather probably won't be as nice, but then again, in some ways it's probably better because it won't be so busy. And I think next week is the last week the schools are off, and then all the schools go back. So that means all the roads will be manic again. As if they're not bad enough as it is at the moment. It's all going to kick off again. Come on guys, let's go. Oh, they're sniffing at something. Oh, right. My eyes are watering now. Come on, Snoop. Here he comes. Here he comes. So yes, so no plans are going to be made, no official plans. I'm going to just have days out enjoying myself with the boys, having a lovely time, and I'm not going to book myself up. I'm going to have a proper holiday, have a proper break. Yeah. Do you believe me? Okay. It's worth a try anyway. Right, I'm going to sign out, guys. I shall speak to you later. Bye-bye.